Alright guys, the day is finally here. Today I will be carefully explaining how much money did it actually take me to unlock and max out my Arash Imperium, and I will be adding up not only the syndicate purchases but also other offers which help me to progress towards my goal during this Drive Syndicate time frame, such as the Ultimate Legends Pass. Once everything is properly added up, I will also dive a bit deeper into why has it been that expensive, or maybe cheaper if we compare it to the previous syndicates, who knows, as well as other topics related to this matter. So with nothing else to add, let's get into it. First of all, I would like to clarify that it has been a rather big amount of money for a free-to-play game, but being completely honest to all of you guys, the money to max this car has basically come from YouTube, from this channel, so no money from my real-life job has been spent into this. We could basically say in a way that you guys, with your support through several months, because all of the following money wasn't earned in 1 month alone, YouTube doesn't pay that much either, helped me to pay for this car, so we can find out which is the literal minimum it takes to max a syndicate car, because I can assure you guys that I absolutely completed the entire syndicate with the money runs missions included, and all what I got left were 87 syndicate coins, no more and no less. So yeah, it is quite some bucks, but I do think that given the origin of the money spent into this syndicate, it's fair that I use it to make this video, so let's get it started. First of all, I made sure to put my D-Class wheel cards to work and I maxed out the first syndicate card. This is the new Citroën DS Survol with the help of a couple of $5 startup packs, as well as I think it was 20 bucks in another Survol Blueprints offer and some epic import parts packs as well. In total, 30 bucks for a Gold Max Survol, which is not necessary since the minimum the syndicate requires you to own is a 2-star Survol in order to move into the next chapter, but still, I wanted to Gold Max that car, so yeah, I did it, not gonna lie. A minor overspending, but nothing catastrophic. I can take that loss. After that chapter, I had all the other cars completely maxed out from beforehand, so I absolutely soon passed the Apollo Intensa Emotion and the McLaren 600 LT chapters like a knife cutting through butter. It's worth noting that since all the cars I used were completely maxed out, I got way more syndicate coins from the tasks required to advance through the syndicate, which is where you need the cars to be maxed out, so since I didn't need to spend those syndicate coins on anything during that time, those coins certainly helped me later on. But now let's continue. Once I arrived to the main blockade for many people during this Drive Syndicate 12, and you guys already know I am talking about the Pagani Sinuay, I already had a good start since I unlocked said car thanks to the Ultimate Pass, so now I will add the $50 I spent on that to the overall money counter. By using my entire inventory of A-Class wildcards, I managed to spend the bare minimum in real-life money offers, and I got a $20 Pagani Sinuay Blueprints offer, which helped me to 3-star my Pagani, and then a $25 offer on top of that, which along with my wildcards helped me to unlock the 4th star of this car, which is the bare minimum to move into the next syndicate stage. From this point, I could have just stopped spending, but you guys know me and I had too many syndicate coins, so the inevitable outcome took place. I spent some syndicate coins on Pagani Sinuay packs and I got an absolutely insane 30 blueprints jackpot that basically gave me the 5th star of the Pagani Sinuay, so imagine me with that crazy burst of luck and looking at how I was less than 40 blueprints away from the last star of the Pagani Sinuay. Obviously, I got one last Pagani bundle for $30, which gave me the 6th star. I have to say that the 42 blueprints that the Drive Syndicate gave to me while progressing helped me as well, but yeah, I overspent again with those last $30. On the bright side though, my Sinuay is now maxed out. I haven't got those epic import parts for this car, but never closed the door, I guess. Anyways, once the second spending spree officially ended, I had to upgrade my Arash Imperium right before going into the Jesco Absolute stage within this Drive Syndicate, and that's when I got the famous 30 Blueprints Imperium Blueprints jackpot, which helped me massively from that point onwards. Since it saved me quite a lot of syndicate coins since it was the first 10 packs purchase, later on it would prove helpful to completely max my Imperium down the road. Anyways, I went through the Jesco Absolute stages absorbing every single syndicate coin I could gather for the Aras Imperium upgrades I will have to apply later, and then I didn't really have to buy anything else until I completed the entire Drive Syndicate. But you know what guys, once I got the Imperium key, boy, then the real spending began. Alright, so here is how it went. I had a good amount of blueprints, so I got an $80 bundle to reach the 4th star of the Imperium, and once completed I used the wheel cards I had, since the card was already mine and I could use those cards to gather some extra blueprints, and then and only then I purchased another $90 bundle, which shot me through the roof, passing through the 5th star as if it was nothing. At this point I basically needed another bundle to max the card and some luck, but before continuing with the spending spree, I got all the epic import parts for the Aras Imperium, gathering 6 more Aras Imperium parts for a total of $60, since at this point I wasn't playing anymore. I had a goal and I went for it all in. After purchasing the epic import parts bundle, I spent the last wildcards I could, and then I just hit click on the last $100 bundle. I still needed some blueprints to reach the final star, so instead of purchasing them one by one at the Syndicate store, I decided to go all in for the Arash Imperium coin packs, with the massive luck that I got almost 15 blueprints on the last 10 packs, guaranteeing me my 6 stars Arash Imperium. In regard to the epic import parts, once I unlocked the Imperium, I had some pin missions to complete, so I got basically all the coins left, and then I purchased it at $50 160,000 Syndicate coins bundle in order to be able to buy 3 epic import parts from the Syndicate store. As for now, I have a total of 11 Arash Imperium epic import parts, but luckily these days we have the epic wild cards, which will allow me to completely gold the Arash Imperium once the Syndicate is over, and I got those thanks to the Ultimate Pass, so that's another one of the reasons of why I included the Ultimate Pass within this Syndicate spending recap. So in a nutshell, a Gold Max Arash Imperium cost me a grand total of $625, which would have been $525 if we discount the offers I purchased to upgrade some of the cards well above the minimum limit to progress through the Drive Syndicate. I included the last $50 I spent on Syndicate coins as an unnecessary purchase as well, since I could have skipped those and just wait for the upcoming month's Ultimate Passes to arrive to gold my Arash by then. With the epic wild parts those passes would have included, but you know, I am a bit impatient, so in this case that cost me $100 more than it would have been necessary. Still, I do really think that $625 is a hefty amount, but you know, it's significantly better than it should have been, because I already had most of the cards completely golden before this Drive Syndicate, excepting the Surbol and the Pagani Sinuay. So yeah, it's not as expensive because of all the previous investments I have made within this game. If you ask me personally, I don't think it's worth to spend this much on any game, but as I already explained at the beginning of this video, this time the spending has been possible thanks to the money this channel generated, hence why I have deemed it fair for it to be invested like this. It doesn't make much sense, I know, but I have to admit that I expected this Drive Syndicate to be far more expensive, not gonna lie. I guess that at the end you get quote-unquote rewarded for spending by not having to spend as much as someone who doesn't have everything maxed out. Such is the logic of this company, but if you ask me how expensive will it be to max only the Imperium with having to lock all the other cards to their minimum requirements, I will definitely say that somewhere in the 1200 to 1600 area will be certainly accurate. In other words, from twice to thrice the amount I have spent on this. I mean, that's the game we play. It has been like this for a really long time, and it will likely be like this until the very end of its times. An insane car arrives, it's expensive, it's hard to get, it remains as a king for a year or so, and then a new car arrives while people end up using like 20 to 30 cars and mostly ignoring the rest. In a way, this starts to feel like Asphalt 8, with the exception that on Asphalt Legends, cars feel slightly different from one another. It makes you think in a way. One day, something better than this Arash Imperium will arrive to this game, being expensive and maybe way too good, just like this car, but that future car will end up like the Imperium, and so on. It's not something bad, I mean, this ain't no public service, it's a business and they need money and that stuff, but it still makes you think, just saying. But either way, now it's time for my favorite part, the debate. I want you guys to share your thoughts in regards to my spending on this Drive Syndicate right below here in the comment section. You know I will be having a look as usual, and you know I will appreciate a like and a subscription if you aren't yet. But now that's all for today. I will see you really soon as usual with much more Asphalt content. Goodbye guys.